As many people know, the Olympics are right around the corner, and what we have seen through the media members, as we just discussed, there is a lot of problems with hotel rooms and whatnot, but maybe we could give those a pass. But this we certainly cannot give a pass to. Vladimir Putin and his men, maybe not Vladimir Putin himself, but certainly his men, have hired a man named Alexei Sorokin, who owns Basia Services. Now, hey man, a dog just barked. It's too good to be true. Here's how you know it's true. Usually like when people sneeze on it, it's true. When a dog barks on it, 10 times more true. So here's what you need to know about Basia Services. They were hired to kill, according to Keith Olbermann, 300 dogs per month. They have a stray dog problem in Russia. They're having it in Sochi, but it's not necessarily even a problem because these dogs are wandering around and they look like the most harmless pets ever. They look like they just want a home, is what many media members are saying. Now, Alexei Sorokin and his company, he went on ABC and he was quoted as saying about dogs, they are, quote, biological trash. Okay. Keith Olbermann has also reported on his fantastic show on ESPN2, Olbermann. He has said that 7,000 have been killed so far. We have a few quotes, and then I'm going to get to your take, Drew Carter's take. All stray dogs that are found on the Olympic Park are collected by a professional veterinary contractor for the well-being of the people on the park and the animals themselves. All healthy animals are released following their health check. Now, this has proven to not be true because 2 weeks ago, and we have the second quote, this is via Yulia Krasova and CNN.com. Here's what she said. She witnessed the long, agonizing death of a street dog when she walked out of a movie theater in Sochi 2 weeks ago. Quote, at first I thought someone beat the dog. The dog jumped up and started running around in circles. Then she fell down and started spitting up. I called the vet. He said there is a 100% guarantee the dog was poisoned. And then the next one. They always poison the street dogs here, Karasova said, but in December it got terrible. They began poisoning the animals terribly before the Olympics. Lastly, I know I'm talking a lot and I'm throwing a lot at Drew and I'm throwing a lot at you guys, but this is all compiled over the last few weeks and even today. The city government. In one of the documents dated May 24, 2013, the city government agreed to pay the company 99,450 rubles, roughly $2,800, for the, quote, trapping and gathering of neglected animals. What they are doing with those animals, we have already discussed. So it is awful. I'm not sure there's a better way to put it. Thank you to CNN and everyone who has come forward with all this information because, as we know, Vladimir Putin does not like, and Russia and Sochi as a whole does not like people speaking out against their Olympic Games. So now that we know this, Drew, your reaction is blank.
Horrified. I mean, to say it the least. I mean, what you just said, what you explained about how they're killing, it's so inhumane. Like, obviously, I mean, even in the States, there's certain type of population control, or we have a division, obviously, that does it the humane way and the safe, and I would say safe way, but humane way. But, I mean, you go around just putting poison pellets in dogs' mouths and then watching them just like croak over in your face is pretty terrible. And the denial part is even worse, is the fact that he says they do this and this, and then reports come out and it's totally false. So, yeah. I mean, it's wrong in every aspect that I can think of. Yeah, it's wrong.
Alexei Sorokin was also quoted as saying, and this is, like, I'm summarizing, it was also on Olbermann, who again has absolutely crushed Sochi for the way that they are dealing with the stray dogs
man crush on
and whatnot. I think he's very, very good on air. What he basically said is, and you, by the way, even before I get to that, you mentioned, you know, they're putting poison in the poison pellets in their mouth.
I don't know for sure.
They're not doing that. You want to know what they're doing? They're putting poison in the meat. So they just throw it at the dogs. The dogs are like, oh, thank God, food. Like, I haven't seen food in days.
So what happens if it's like your dog, and your dog, you have him off the leash just running around, and he bites into a piece of meat that you own and you've taken care of, and then there's no, I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's no structure. It's like, oh, we're just going to, either way, you're throwing pellets out, you're throwing poisonous meat out.
Poisonous meat, and they're shooting them with poison darts.
Yeah.
To try and get rid of the stray dog problem that's going on in Sochi. Yeah.
It's not the smartest move.
No, it's terrible.
No.
So what Olbermann was saying was Alexei, the man from Basia Services, Alexei Sorokin, was also quoted as saying, and I'm not saying this verbatim, I'm summarizing, is that he was like, what if a stray dog were to go up there during the opening ceremonies? We would be embarrassed. Like, you'd be embarrassed? Like, I understand, maybe there'd be a little bit ashamed, like, it's a dog. Like, you can get rid of the dog in just 1 second. Like, you could pick it up and move it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like you said, it's just a dog. I could see maybe if it was like
that would be death to Mother
I could see
Russia.
if it was like a rat infestation all of a sudden came up. You're like, let's get this.
Yes,
it's a
rat's
simple.
a little different.
It's a simple dog that came in. You're like, okay, let's just shoo this dog away.
But that's how they're treating them.
Keep on to the.
They're like treating them as rats. They're treating stray dogs as pests.
Yeah. I mean, like I said in the beginning, it's wrong in every way. There's no way to explain it except for it's wrong.
Knowing what we know now, let me ask you this, and then people in the audience, I want to hear all of your thoughts, obviously. But will you support Sochi by watching the Olympics? Now that you know all this information.
I wasn't going to watch it anyways.
Oh, you weren't?
I'm not a winter sports fan.
Nice.
But,
all right.
I mean, no, especially when you see, when we hear reports about this and then like certain things with, I mean, obviously this is huge compared to like certain things with diplomatic stuff with Greek yogurt. You're like, I'm not supporting these. I'm not supporting this game.
Right.
You know. So, no, I wouldn't, to answer your question.
Okay. All right. So I do want to hear from all of you guys.